Hi, Jamie.
Hi, everyone.
Jamie Buckley is our Global Chief Product Officer in LexisNexis. Jamie is based in California right now, so thank you so much for spending your evening with us. And Jamie is a career Silicon Valley hotshot. So we're very happy to have Jamie with us in LexisNexis, and of course, very happy to have Jamie lead our product team and portfolio as well. I see Dewi here on the screen as well. Dewi Radin Amir is our Southeast Asia Senior Director for Product Management. She leads the content acquisition team as well as the product team, and as well as the customer success team. So her team is the one that drove all your interactions with us on validating our products as well. And we have
everyone.
Min Chen. I don't see Min, but Min is definitely here with us.
I'm here. You see
Hi,
me?
Min. Yes, I see Min right now. Min Chen is our Chief Technology Officer for Asia Pacific. Min is based in Shanghai. And you must know that Min has been awarded Distinguished Technologist by the RELX Group, our parent company, for her work and her contribution towards legal technology as well. So Min is also another hotshot that I'm glad and happy to have on our panel here today. Thank you very much for making time, and thank you very much for being able to attend our session here today. Okay, so I'm just going to start very quickly. By now, most of us would be familiar with analytics, but what about legal analytics? Jamie, could you start by explaining to us what analytics is generally and what is legal analytics? And what type of legal analytics does Lexis focus on?
Sure, no problem. Yeah, so legal analytics, it's the process of using millions and sometimes billions of data points and combining them in a visual way to summarize information. So that's both kind of legal specific and general analytics. And at LexisNexis, so we're the leader in legal analytics. We started the journey about 5 years ago, where we acquired Lex Machina in the US and from Silicon Valley. And since then, we've made a lot of investments in legal analytics in existing products and in new products, like you just saw, and in some acquisitions as well. So we think about 3 different flavors of legal analytics. The first is called litigation analytics, which helps lawyers to prepare for court. It includes things like anticipating judge behavior, reviewing expert witness information. It can also be used to extract information from court documents and like judicial opinions and reviewing how legal issues are related. Another type of legal analytics is called transactional analytics, and this can help to know the latest precedents and clauses for practical guidance, and also to analyze disclosures of industry peers. And then the third type of legal analytics is regulatory analytics. So this can predict the likelihood of laws to pass and also identify regulatory compliance risk. So those are at a very high level, those are the different types of legal analytics and how legal analytics differentiates from just regular analytics.
Okay, so now I'm going to try and apply it locally. So how is that relevant to us here in this region, and what has that got to do with the solution that we are launching today? So Dewi, we just launched Lexis Analytics here. So tell us, how is this different from the usual Lexis search that everyone on this conference is used to and familiar with, and the other types of legal analytics products and platforms elsewhere?
Okay, so when we started, when we were toying with the idea of bringing analytics to our shores, we did ask ourselves a few questions. One, from a technology aspect, we know that as a leader in legal tech and innovation, we know that we could build any kind of analytic solution. But what we wanted was something that really speaks to our customers, something that resonates with them, something relevant with local context, local content, then that helps solve their pressing issues. So we did look at the suite of solutions that we already have within LexisNexis in other markets and assessing whether it's suitable for us. But what we found was probably there are some use cases locally that we haven't identified. So what we did was we did a lot of brainstorming internally. We were looking at use cases and we started on a fact-finding mission where we said that let's talk to our customers. Let's understand how they do their work. What are their pain points? What would be the things that they would like to see as well? And through these interviews and our brainstorm, we found out like, how about using analytics to actually derive data-driven insight to strengthen litigation strategy? So coming back to the question, like, how is it unique or different? What I might say is this product is created with the local customers in mind, based on a local use case, and using local content and context, and also with input from local practitioners. So basically, it is a local based need. But what I'm saying is not lacking in any kind of sophistication. We actually deployed the state of the art, like all these cutting edge deep learning AI. We are talking about advanced natural language processing, all these state of the art data visualization, all this in making this solution super advanced and the first of its kind. And I'm very proud being in Malaysia that we can actually debut such sophisticated solution here in Malaysia. And if we talk about how different is it from using a research platform, I think most of our customers are familiar with it, where when you come up with a legal matter, you pick out the issues or the cases that you would want to research and you plonk it into our Lexis Advanced and you get an answer. And Lexis Advanced in itself is a very powerful AI-enabled tool in itself, and it helps solve your problem. But what we wanted with analytics is also to bring it to another level where you imagine that you actually put a brief input text and the tool could understand what the text and can actually dissect, isolate, and extract legal issues and actually recommend maybe some issues that you're missing and coming up with the outcome analysis, visualization, all this in mere seconds. So we're talking about this is a different level of lawyering. We're talking about a game changer. So that's why I would think it's unique that it is a solution that we haven't seen in the market yet.
Thank you, Dewi. Now I'm just going to go to Min. You and your team led the creation and the tech that is behind Lexis Analytics. But before we talk to you, I'd like to maybe invite Jamie to share just a little bit about Brief Analyzer. What are the solutions out there in the US that is out there and it exists today as well?
Sure. Yeah. Lexis Plus launched late last year in the US, and brief analysis is a core component of that. So lawyers spend a lot of time writing documents, and brief analysis helps to build better documents. So the way it works is you upload a legal document. It could be something already written, like a legal brief, or a sample from other research. And then brief analysis uses AI to identify the core legal concepts from the document. And then it matches millions of other case opinions to show relevant content. It specifically uses machine learning to identify important passages in the document that's uploaded. And then it shows documents that could help to strengthen legal arguments. It also gives more information on the cases that are cited in the brief using our Shepherd service in the US. So that's just a quick summary of brief analysis.
Thanks, JB. So now I'm moving to you, Min. I must say that you and I started this brainstorming. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it's amazing to see it come into fruition today. But if you could please tell us, how is this different? How is our solution different from what Jamie just described?
Right. The use case of Asia legal analytics is actually different. Although both solutions are trying to analyze brief or matter and eventually recommend relevant case document to the customers, our solution, Asia Legal Analytics, focus more on legal issue extraction. You heard earlier, Devi mentioned about that, and legal issue treatment analytics and recommended cases based on legal issue. While US solution focus more on the citation extraction, Jamie also mentioned about the concept extraction. So basically, US solution recommended cases against a similar citation and the context of the paragraph. And also for Asia Analytics, the legal issue extraction and recommendation is just a beginning. In the next release, we will deliver fact extraction and recommended cases based on both a similar legal issue and the facts. These kind of efforts, I usually call them knowledge or insight extraction because we're not just simply recognizing entities like lawyers or cause name. What we are doing is trying to extract the legal knowledge and the core insights out of the context. We use advanced technology like deep learning to understand the context in legal language and leverage knowledge graph to traverse and trace to the most relevant cases through legal issues or facts. You can tell this is beyond the traditional text matching search techniques because we're locating case documents that map to specific legal points, which will bring more accurate result back. So to recap, for the core technology behind Asia Analytics, we're not reusing from anywhere. This is organic innovation built out of Asia team and by Asia team. Having said that, Shanghai is one out of 3 global tech centers of LexisNexis. We do have a lot of technology sharing across the globe. Fundamentally, what we are doing and what US doing can all fall into a big category, which is natural language understanding problem. So although the detailed techniques are different to support different use cases, basically we're all trying to figure out what is the best way to address this NLU, natural language understanding problem in different layer, which I do foresee in the future we are able to leverage each other's work.
Thanks so much, Min. Yes, I echo that, and I'm really proud that we have a tech center right here in Asia. And as all of you have seen the many country flags in one of my slides, we truly are a global company. And we do leverage our resources with each other as well. I have a question, a related question, Min, for you from our one of our attendees here that it would be great for you to answer. The question is it possible to configure Lexis Analytics to focus on local cases and jurisprudence, and then international cases and jurisprudence as secondary sources?
It is possible, definitely. I think, as I said, that our capability is about legal knowledge extraction. I believe there are lots of opportunities to leverage this capability to serve different purpose. Because regardless how different it is for legal system in different country or region, the main legal concepts are all the same, particularly for facts and legal issue. They're common in case documents across every legal system. I often think we might be able to build a universal global legal issue catalog by leveraging the same technology. And this will be beneficial for everyone globally because we can extract more legal issue out of the data from US, UK, Pacific, and other regions. In LexisNexis, we do have this luxury to achieve that because we have both comprehensive data and advanced technology capability. So yes, I think this process, this particular process and experience can be leveraged in other markets. We can build both local and international case legal issue and fact extraction. And perhaps it might be even easier to adopt to other markets like US because the data volume is bigger than the local markets. And also some of the metadata quality is slightly better. So the challenge of implementation to other markets, to me, actually is smaller.
Very exciting, super exciting for us over here. I'm moving on to Dewi. As product lead for this project, what was your experience like? What was the process? What lessons did you have to learn?
I think the best way to describe it, it was challenging and yet rewarding in so many aspects. Why I would say challenging is because we were dealing with something new. We had to learn a lot of new things. We were challenging our thoughts, our beliefs. We were also working within a very tight deadline and deliverable. And the learning curve for myself and the team is really steep. But we were happy because we were working with the best talents that we have all over the world and the best customers as well. So why I would say it's rewarding is because it is through this process we were able to engage and connect with many of our customers from the beginning, from talking about the concepts, from talking about the use case, validating. We keep on like coming to them, like asking questions, and they were always obliging and willing to actually answer and clarify. And all through prototype testing, alpha, beta, we had this journey with the customers. So we were quite encouraged because in the beginning, we had a lot of comments saying, I don't believe in AI. I don't think your AI can do that. Maybe you should show it to me first before I believe it. So despite all this skepticism, we met many practitioners with genuine interest in technology and with healthy dose of curiosity and eagerness to learn and to explore something new and participate in our discovery. And we could see throughout the journey, there's a real transformation in the customers themselves. The way they actually provide feedback, input, it's getting a bit better and improved as they get more adept with technology, as they grow more confident when they look at what our AI can actually extract, the insight, and what the AI can pick out and how they have the first peek of like looking and studying analytics at work. And I do believe they now see how analytics will change the way they do things. It will probably transform their practice and shape the future legal landscape. So, of course, the journey wasn't smooth. We had the COVID-19 pandemic that wasn't part of the plan, and it's still raging. So it made us think about new ways, more creative ways of doing things. So we were like iterating. We were trying to find new ways to do CDI. How do we get our customers to test our prototype? How do we get them to understand? So people are getting like more creative as well. But I think the silver lining from this and the learning is it also pushed the legal community to actually adopt technology at a faster rate. We are kind of like forced into like adopting. So a year ago, you don't hear things like work from home, cloud solution, or like online solution. I prefer books, for example. But now everything is all about technology, and we feel that if we talk about a year ago, AI will not be able to do this. I think in 2021, it will be more like how will AI help me? How will legal tech help make me more competitive, make the workflow more efficient, make us more effective? So I think this is the future. And even though we're talking about the future of lawyering, I do believe the future is already here.
Well said. I must say that just to add to what Dewi has said was there is a silver lining to this pandemic. Of course, the entire team panicked in the beginning when the pandemic began to be real for us and impact our day-to-day work life. But because all our customers, all of you here who are in the conference today, because all of you were willing to participate in our validation sessions virtually, Dewi referenced CDI. We call it customer discovery and innovation, which is talking to our customers, discovering what the pain points are and what the issues are, and then innovating out of it. And we found that our customers were willing to and embraced this new way of interacting and communicating and engaging with us. And because of that, we had colleagues from Shanghai who could, Min could join us from Shanghai. We had colleagues from Australia who could join us. And that actually made it a lot better in terms of the product development process. So there's a little bit of a silver lining here in the midst of the pandemic that we learned that we could do better with as well. And thank you for that. The next question is a question that I will ask all my panelists, which is the what's next. So I'd like, Dewi to start with what's next for Southeast Asia. I'm watching you, Dewi. I'm very excited about that one. And then of course, Min, from your perspective, Asia Pacific, what's next? And Jamie, of course, in the US and the rest of the world, what's next? So I'll start with Dewi.
Well, for us, like launching Lexis Analytics here in Malaysia is just the beginning. It's the beginning of an era of analytics in the region. I'm sure it will pave like way for more innovation and application in the future. Um, Over the past year, during our customer discovery journey, we have also amassed a lot of feedback from the customers, like new use cases and all. So we do have a very robust product roadmap, like new enhancements, new features that we can actually work on. So that will keep our team super, super busy for the next couple of months or maybe years. And we are also seeing new and expanded use cases for the solution as well. So even though it was aimed for litigators, but we can also see how it can be used and applied in like, for prosecuting officers, for example. If you're in-house counsel, if you're non-litigators, how would you use this solution to gain insight to also help you in your work? So we think that there's a lot of development in this area as well. And with the new things that Min was talking about, like about us being able to extract facts, that will be the next big thing as well, which we are really like excited to see. One of those things that we also like to see is how we can actually replicate this in probably other markets and specifically other Southeast Asia countries. When we say replicate, I wouldn't say that we copy and actually copy paste, use the same solution. It is definitely, when we talk about it, it's like how do we can actually use our know-how, this experience and knowledge and technology to actually build something for that community, for example, specifically for that community that can actually benefit that. So that is something that we are looking at, and definitely we are open to explore. Um, and yeah, I think we're gonna have like a super exciting ride this year.
Thank you. Min, would you like to share?
Yeah, just to echo what Devi said, I'm just talking from what this year, there are lots of exciting things will be happening. We are planning. Well, specifically, if we want to narrow into analytics area, well, as I earlier mentioned, that what we're doing is legal knowledge extraction. And that includes a few steps, and legal issue extraction is just a beginning. And I talked about multiple times, we are moving forward fact this extraction this year. And later we might touch extraction for legal arguments. And those are exciting challenges, which will be relatively more difficult than legal issue extraction, mainly because the nature of the fact classification is way more granular. For example, we might categorize 200 cases into one or two legal issues, but these 200 cases might be corresponding to multiple different levels of facts. And the boundary to summarize fact is more difficult because the definition to categorize those facts is not as common and universal as legal issue. So we will have to introduce different technology to tackle fact knowledge extraction. It is hard, but very exciting. I'm pretty sure that for fact and legal argument extraction, that technology capability will be beneficial for multiple regions globally, international markets. And once we get that capability built up, we can leverage that capability just against different type of data. And then we can easily build up something not only for this market, but also for international markets. And building for international market will be helpful for Malaysia market as well, because we know the customers, they are eager to see both local content and international content. I believe if we can tackle that, we can way beyond our local and international competitors.
Yeah, thank you. And that's already making me really excited as well. And facts is the key. Just imagine everyone out there, those of you who are legal practitioners, just imagine that if you can make some sense out of the fact, millions and millions of documents, but different scenarios in which the legal issues occur or the breach occurs, for example, just imagine what how that can inform your legal strategy and how much more powerful your strategy and strategic outlook would be for your case and for your clients as well. And moving on to
and also imagine there's a big, huge knowledge graph to connect both legal issue, fact, legal arguments, legal principle, and legal concept, and cases and legislation, right? Just imagine there's a huge knowledge graph there. If we can build up that knowledge graph, we can easily trace down to the most relevant document information for our customers.
Exactly. So now we go on to Jamie. What's next out there, Jamie? Tell us some secrets that you're cooking.
Yeah, all right. So our goal as a company at a high level is to help you, so our customers, to do all of your jobs better, to help you do that in the most user-friendly way possible. So everything we do is rooted in understanding how our customers work and helping them. So you've heard a lot about legal analytics just today in the short time we've had so far, and we've made a lot of investments in legal analytics, and we'll continue to make a lot of investments in legal analytics. So this includes enhancements to existing products. It includes some brand new products that are focused on analytics. It includes leveraging advancements in AI and data visualization and other technologies to help make the information easy to use and interact with. We could have the most sophisticated algorithms and information, but if it's not really clear, if it's not easy to interact with, then it's just not as useful. And so there's a lot of opportunities to show relevant information on judges, on lawyers, on expert witnesses, on all kinds of information around legal documents. We talked just a little bit about it today. And there are a lot more examples to help legal research and document creation. And I can't really talk about the whole roadmap and secrets. I can't really, this probably isn't the best forum for giving away our roadmap, but trust me that it's really, really, really long, and we have a lot of great ideas just talking to a lot of you and other customers around the world, and we're excited about all the innovations that are planned.
Thank you so much, Jamie. You can't talk here, but we'll definitely be bugging you about all those secrets in separate platforms as well, and we look forward to that. I have a couple of questions here. I'm really happy. It's great that we see some customers of ours asking these questions. One question is, how would data analytics get around the existence of multiple languages in a country's legal system? So in Malaysia, for example, some judgments are in English, some judgments are in Malay. So how is that? Is this a simple issue for tech developers? I'll let Min answer this one.
Yeah, because nowadays we're using deep learning. Basically, we were talking about embedding as trying to convert the text into vectors. So to machine is only 1 or 0. It's not like language doesn't matter. But having said that, we do have to train the different type of embedding, the different type of vector to deal with different type of language. But language is no longer a big roadblock nowadays. Before deep learning, deep learning was there for a few years, few years ago, but at that time, like 5 years ago, we haven't figured out the computing power issues. And right now, there's quite a few sophisticated solutions in the market to do that. So by leveraging the deep learning, we just need to figure out different algorithms, deal with different type of language embedding. And then we can, we basically, I think we can use the similar techniques what we're doing. In fact, in lots of other projects, there's some techniques like when we lack of training data, sometimes we lack of training data. And there's one technique for us to create more training data is to do the translation. So it's like we translate English into French and translate French back to English. So we use that techniques to create more training data. So my point was really about people worry about language issue for decades. It is still an issue, but no longer as severe as like 3 to 4 years ago. So we would definitely have the solution to use those solutions to tackle against different language.
Exactly. And also, I think a point to add is we did say earlier that even analytics, for example, we use deep learning models, but then we also combine then with rule-based. So it's not just all, the AI needs to do everything on its own. Throughout the entire process of creating Lexis Analytics, our own subject matter experts. So those of you, our customers, the editors that you rely on, who are, creating the catchwords, summarizing the MLJs, these are the subject matter experts that work really, really closely with the engineering team and the product team. So
that's true.
Their voice was very loud and their expertise was well respected in the entire process as well. So that makes for a really, really effective and strong combination for great product development.
That's a great balance between using deep learning, machine learning, as well as rule-based solution. We have to, in most of the cases, to make sure we have the sophistication of the accuracy, the quality of the result. We actually mix both rule-based engine as well as machine learning. Well, the deep learning, machine learning help a lot when they're trying to understand the semantic meaning within the context. But sometimes it's doing not very well when we're trying to do this text-based matching. So we have to combine this solution together. It's not just only one solution can win them all. So it's always the combination between both.
Yes. So do we have plans to develop similar products for other countries? Like Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, etc. I think probably I should answer that question. Yes, definitely, we want to build these products for the different countries that we're operating in across Southeast Asia and outside Southeast Asia as well. You'll be hearing from us across Asia on new exciting news all the time. So we definitely have plans. The key to remember here, for those of you who are asking and who are wondering who are our customers in Singapore, etc., is that we need two things in combination. We need the content, and we also need your collaboration. So we need the customer validation sessions with you. We need the one-to-one sessions with you. We need to understand what the local use case is. And as we work together, we will create different solutions out there as well. This would be an answer that I think Dewi can take. How different is legal analytics compared to other analytics in the market? And also it's combined, so can it work for other legal systems like civil law systems, etc.?
I think they're different but the same. Different in the when you talk about it's probably solving different issues. But how it works, it is more or less the same. But when we talk about the different legal analytics, because it is what we did was actually built on that use case, that particular use case. But whether it can be expanded into other use case, it is definitely possible and possibility. And when we talk about maybe like creating new analytic solution, let's say for other markets, let's say hypothetically for Singapore, we, like you said, we need to understand the use case, getting the right quality data. And this is where when we talk about doing this in other countries, we need to partner. So we are talking about partnering the governments, partnering judiciary, partnering legal community, CSOs, law schools, other stakeholders to probably work together and come up with the kind of solution.
Yeah, I echo that as well. The more partners we have, the more engagement that we have with people who are actually using the solutions, the better our solutions will be as well. A final set of questions before I wrap. I will start with Jamie. Jamie, you're Chief Product Officer. You see and meet with and work with global product teams across the LexisNexis group. Across the world, we operate in 130 countries. What is your vision for us here in Southeast Asia? What are your hopes and expectations for us?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it really all comes down to customers. And so the way we work, because we're distributed, we really try to focus on the needs of local customers. You know, one thing we try to avoid doing is just building a solution in one country and then just say, all right, now we're going to roll that out everywhere. You know, typically the way it works is we will customize software for a specific country. And then we'll often leverage the technologies that we use in a certain solution. And then sometimes we use them, or sometimes we adapt them. Like I'll give you an example. So with what you just saw from the video and that Min developed, she mentioned that we're gonna be working on leveraging some of those technologies in other countries, right, around Asia and others. And so we try to do the same thing, but at the end of the day, it has to be focused on customers, and it has to be focused also on local content. So it doesn't really do anybody any good if we just move things over and then we don't really take advantage of nuances within local content. That's really important as well.
Thank you. Thanks, Jamie. Min and Devi, do you have anything to add on your aspirations for us and your expectations for the Southeast Asia team?
Well,
Min is a very tough one, so
yeah.
she always pushes us really hard.
Yeah, so for me, actually, we want to see how our customers are able to actually embrace this and adopt analytics. So we're very keen to work with our customers to get them to explore, to try out, to actually learn more about analytics. So my team, we are always ready. We want to talk to them. We want to get them engaged. We want them to understand how this can actually help their business and probably help to solve their problems as well. So I think the next step is actually like getting this out to market and getting as many people to try out the solution and see how it can work and how it will work well with them. And then maybe we go to the next step, like what's next. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Devi. Min, final words?
For me, I'm always excited, motivated by hard problem. So my aspiration this year is to talk with customers more often. I know, well, I feel very grateful that for this journey, that because of the pandemic, that I can talk with customers. So otherwise I have to travel to Malaysia to do the customer validation, right? I'm based in Shanghai. So because we can do lots of conference call, I personally join those customer validation journey call, so I can listen from customers directly. And that's one thing I really want to take more time to talk with customers. And hopefully we have more sessions this year. I know we have other innovation plans ahead for Asia markets, for Southeast Asia as well. So I want to join more customers validation journey. And the second thing, as I earlier mentioned, I am motivated by hard problem, because if it's not hard, it's not fun for engineering team. And those hard problems, I have confidence we can use advanced technology to tackle them. And I have talent in both Shanghai and India. I have a big team in Asia and Pacific. So I am embracing those hard problems, because I will feel very excited that we can use the advanced technology to tackle them, to really address customers' pain points. So we start with understanding customer problem in a deeper level, and we end with the best to our customers. This is my New Year's resolution.
Very inspiring. Thank you so much. I mean, and very intimidating as well, I'm sure. I'm just going to wrap by reiterating a couple of points. One is that throughout the journey, we've learned that trust and creating an environment of trust and open engagement and communication is key to a successful product development cycle. It is extremely important that we respect each other's expertise, but we also are humble enough to listen and learn when a problem arises or when an issue is raised as well. I believe that we've strengthened that skill and capability throughout the journey last year, and we are better for it. And because of that, we can build better products and improve our processes continually as well. So that's one. And secondly, I just want to give a shout out to our leaders throughout this process: Eric, Jamie, Mike Walsh, all of them who are on the panel that awarded us the project, as well as all of you who have supported us throughout the process. We make it sound like it's very easy. Min makes it sound like all these problems are easy to tackle, but it was stressful and challenging and tough. But I always say it's good stress. Yeah. This is the kind of stress that we embrace and we want in our lives. as well. So thank you to our leaders for your support and your knowledge and guidance. And also my personal thanks to my team, my employees in the Southeast Asia team who have put their heart and soul into creating something like this. And to our customers, thank you very much for your support. 89 years is a feat, it's huge. And we will continue to the next 89 years with the skill set that we are continuing to build and the technology that we'll continue to leverage as well. So